Recently, I got myself into the AI are gonna taking our job away argument on YouTube mostly, and I also got into an argument myself with one other person. And yeah, that I don't think that even called an argument, but it lead to nowhere. And then I thought to myself, wow, these are the people that gonna make artists go obsolete, huh? Anyway, IIR have got itself a bad rep because the human behind it with bad intention is the reason why art and artists themselves drop in value, because the people who behind those AI just want to make money on artists' work, on other artists' work. Imagine high quality Japanese silverware, but suddenly got overflow with Chinese stuff. That's basically how it is. The recent AI art trend that make artists worry about their future, while the normie people just go, oh, potato, potato. A guy spent a decade of his life to improve his art, spent countless hours practicing every day to better his art in order to get a job and earn money from it. And another guy just spent a few hours of very hard work on an AI piece copying the other artist's work. They are the same picture. I don't see any problem here. I already talked about the value of art in my previous video, but think of art skill is like raising a kid. Your artistic skill is your child, and to raise them is a difficult process because you need to figure out what you are doing wrong. Why is your child behave this way? What you want your child to be in the future? AKA, figure out why your art look bad, how to improve, and what do you want to do with your art in the future. Then imagine someone decided to print out a kit, like out of thin air, type in a few words, do some talking, then bam, you got
a child
art. Which is why I can see artists getting mad over this. Anyone in any profession would get mad over that. Accountant that can calculate a large number in his head through years of experience would get mad over a calculator. The people who work in an assembly line would get mad over the machine that's gonna replace them. But it is art. It's different than most physical thing, because art gives you feeling just by looking at it, and everyone feel different when looking at the same piece of art. However, the main problem here is that some art consumer don't really care about art that much or that in depth. They would just go like, oh, that look nice. It is scary because if AI get good to the point that no one could point out that it was made by an AI, how are artists gonna get a job when their competition is an AI that can create good art piece in a matter of few hours, work 24/7 while getting paid less than a minimum wage worker? But I think there is a point here is that for a very long time, art have this thing called a human touch, like how some people care about detail, some care about the general, the individual art style of the human artist who make that art piece. And with the rise of social media, people start to care more about the artists themselves. Like we can see their growth, their journey, the process of how an art piece is made, how the artists make the art piece themselves, and the artists can interact with their community, which I think enrich art and work out really well for both sides. And when an AI create art, there isn't a real process, real thought put into it. You don't feel connected with the artist creating the art piece, as there is no connection, no relationship between the creation and the creator. Therefore, people would still prefer human-made art than AI art, right? Right? But thing is different when money is involved. As company push and try to cutting costs and saving time, that and exploit their employee for their love of art as much as possible without getting a lawsuit, Many refer AI art to a tool, but I already point out in my other video, a tool don't really print out a full image for you. That's a printer, not a tool, and definitely not an artist tool. And please point out one skill that you need to learn in order to use this tool. Of course, it could also be viewed as a tool that help artists do their job easier and get on deadline in time. But I think that only time can tell, because I don't really know if any studio or artist try to imply AI art to their work yet. So if you know, comment down below. The sad reality is, if people only care about the end piece, not the process, then getting mad over someone with no artistic skill somehow take over your job just doesn't really make sense. If someone is using AI art to make art and then fix it to the point where you cannot really see it if it was made by an AI or not, how popular do you think the artist can be? And what happens if people find out that his work is made by an AI? Do people still like that artwork, or they just hate it because it was made by an AI? What makes you think that people care for integrity? I remember there was a time where people saying like, oh, we're gonna have artists label their art as 100% human made. Like, bro, we eat CV-paid chicken meat with a grass-raised logo on them. When money is involved, everyone will do anything for it. There's one aspect that I don't see people mention much about it, and that is the enjoyment of creating art. How satisfying it is to wait for the image to generate on your computer. How satisfying it is to not going through any hardship of the creative journey. And how satisfying it is to make something that you contribute almost nothing to it. People draw because they like to draw. They want to learn how to draw better, not because it will give them a good job that pay money. Of course, that is extremely fortunate for them if they could do that. Most people would assume when you go full blow, totally focus on art, it's because you want to have a career with it. But I do think that a lot of people just draw because it is fun to do so. I mean, drawing still considered to be a hobby, just like rock climbing or gardening. But if someone is enjoying creating AI art and make money out of it, can you really blame them for doing what they love? Well, yes, mainly because AI art are profiting from other people's hard work. And so if you are profiting from other people's hard work, then you should totally get the blame for technically stealing other people's work. Still, people tend to root for those who work hard and earn the result of their hard work. Watching someone grow as an artist is much more enjoyable than watching someone type some work, then work really hard to choose which picture look the best. They don't really grow much in anything. The AI is more likely to grow from that, and then one day it will take over humanity. But with 3 kids who just accidentally stumble across an old traditional artwork, they embark on a journey to create real art to fight against the AI. Hey, script ready boy, call me. If you want to look at a cool picture online, then sure, it's all the same to be honest. But I think that an art piece that inspires people to draw is something that not many people can achieve. I saw a lot of AI artwork and none of them make me want to draw. The art style, if you can even call them that, isn't there. And the detail is just not as good as the artist drawing themselves. I think it's also because of how they look overall. Like you see it, but you don't get it. I just feel weird and it doesn't really add up whenever I look at them. One last point I want to make is that AI cannot do one thing human artists is known for, their art style. AI can only fit on already existing art style and maybe combine different art style together. But I think that is gonna be a battle for artists to fight against if they want to. How to find your art style is a question that a lot of beginners ask this, and a lot of professionals would answer is learn from the other artists. There is an aesthetic that you like, and as time goes by, you will develop your own style. Other artists allow everyone to learn from their art, but to copy an art style and use it as your own, it's just not acceptable. And I don't think I want to further out my career with someone else's hard work. I don't know, I think it's wrong. I don't want to do it either. I want to make money out of my own creativity and with my own experience. With the age of social media, some people do like the artist more than their art. For example, Sam does art and Colleen. After watching their video, I didn't realize they were an artist. So I think that they are very funny. They all suck. While making this video, Adam just released another video about AI. And it's just basically what I say in this video is that everyone appreciate handmade stuff, and there is a line that no one should ever cross it, even if it is for money, is that identity theft. Identity theft is not a joke. But yeah, for an AI to steal someone's art style is unacceptable, because that in some way, in a lot of way, is their branding, is what they make money out of it. And for an AI to be able to replicate someone's years and lifetime of dedication, of hard work, to make that art style, to create an art style of their own, and then an AI just roll in and take it, it's just unethical, and it's not something that I want an AI to do. Even if it is for money, it is unacceptable. But yeah, I will link Adam's video on the description. A lot of people like the artist because of their art style. I mean, let's be honest here. There are like 5 artists I could already think of that I follow just because their art style is so impressive. The way they draw, some look really cool. A lot of them look very impressive, realistic, or even cartoony. And I like it. It's not something that a machine can replicate that easy, right? Surely. But hey, what's important is to enjoy what you are doing, right? I do be flipping burger, but at least I enjoy the drawing. Of course, there copyright issue, ethic and malicious practice that the people and the company behind the AI will have to answer for, but they will not answer any question if we, the artists, never ask a single one. So I hope that if you are interested in art, research about this topic, hear from other people and professionals. I do recommend Steve Zappel art and Adam from blah blah, because they have an interesting point of view on this matter. You don't need to wanting to become an artist to research about this topic, because these are the topics that involve big corporation, and when you research about it, you can see the practice and the way that big corporation work. They just work for the money. They don't care about the individual. It's just a lot of bad things that these corporations willing to do for the sake of money. So yeah, it kind of interesting to see. I mean, I already know that big corporation only care for money, but still it is interesting. I've already worked on another video about how all my dream job was taken away before I could even work on one. So like and subscribe. I see you in the next one. Goodbye.